What's good with it, y'all? It's Coffee on the vid. Tapping back in, man. And ghostwriting in hip hop, right? It's major frowned on. It's a major no-no if you're a real MC. Just ask Drake, right? It's a big part of Drake taking that L in that beef. Not only did he get bodied with the back and forth, but like, you don't even write all your rhymes, man. You just different, you know, you're a pop artist. But one of the GOATs, you know, put up on the pedestal at the top, right? Considered hip hop royalty, LL Cool J just kind of got in his feelings a little bit, it seems, when he was asked about ghostwriting.
Do you write or do you freestyle? I write my songs. I don't know what. Have you ever had a ghostwriter? No. I've collaborated with people on choruses. Right. Collaborated with people on different things, but all of these songs that I'm thinking of, that's you. Come on, bro. I don't even know where people like. That's a very interesting thing. Cause I heard they saying I don't know, was it Paradise that they said 50 wrote for you? 50 Cent wrote the chorus, bro. But you heard that too, right? Of course I heard it. Okay. He wrote the chorus. If you baby, I'm there. Rest of my life. Not. We've been through this before. Acting like the elves can't bag him no more. He ain't write that shit. That's you. Of course. Like, people be tripping. But you know, that's a big compliment for me. Yeah. When you get to the point where you've been doing it so long and you're so prolific that they look like somebody else shot the basketball. LeBron didn't shoot that shit. Right. That was fucking KD. Yeah. KD really shot that shit. Or that was, yo. Steph shot that shit. Like, that's how. Because you've been in the game so long, L, why is ghostwriting frowned upon so much? Well, because as an MC, you're supposed to write your stuff together. Okay. You know what I mean? You are. You know, it's different like if you get in the studio, let's say you're working with an artist, like, and we write a song together and I'm collaborating with somebody on something. That would be different from somebody writing my rhymes, writing my verse.
Did y'all peep that? The way he was, I don't know, to me it felt like he was super in his feelings, like the way he was mocking the chorus. I can't even do it. I was gonna try to imitate it, man. It's never good when I try to spit some bars or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It ain't me, man. But I was gonna try to sing it, but he was mocking it, right? And I totally forgot that was Anne-Marie on the hook. Y'all remember her, man? What the fuck happened to Anne-Marie? She had that Why Don't We Fall in Love? That ish went hard, man. That was like a summer anthem in a sense. What was that, like 01, 02? And then the Ludacris was on a remix, killed it. What a great summer, what great memories. That's what's so great about music, man. It can transport you back in time to a memory, a time and place, something that you forgot, you know what I'm saying? When that music hits, you know what I'm saying, vibrates through your ears and just can spark the brain and take you back to another place. But getting back to LL, man, you know, do you write or do you freestyle? I write my bars, right? Freestyling, that's a whole nother discussion. A lot of motherfuckers ain't really freestyling. We've seen that time in and time out on the 5 Fingers of Death on Sway. You see who really can freestyle or not when they get up on there, right? Just ask Riff Raff. And if you really, side conversation, you want to see one of the dopest freestyles ever on Sway, what's his name? Prevail from Swollen Members just went off. It was simply amazing. And comment y'all favorite 5 Fingers of Death freestyles and whatnot. But he was upset, you know, like Shannon Sharp. I don't think Shannon Sharp really listened to hip hop like that, man, because some of the way he was asking them questions, it felt like he was kind of out his element or didn't really have a true understanding of what he was speaking of. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't watch LL Cool J videos for the music and whatnot, right? He's taking in the imagery, I think is safe to say, when it comes to Shannon Sharp and his love for LL Cool J as a hip hop legacy, you know, legendary individual, you know. But for LL, like, to be asked that, and for these narratives out there that some of his ish was ghost written for him, and you know, particularly Paradise is brought up. It's been mentioned in interviews and before, and you know, 50 Cent, you heard him just did the chorus. And I will give him that there is times individuals are in the lab, in the studio together, and they collab on something, like, you know, someone's in there together and they go in and lay down a verse, and then when they come out, another MC, like two MCs collabing together, like, yo, the way you spit that like this, yo, why don't you add this and, you know, freak it like that or whatever, boom. And then they go with it and then they collabed on that song and they get writing credits or whatever. But I don't know, comment if you've ever heard that before, that LL, you know, was using ghostwriters. He definitely was very irritable about this, in my opinion. And like, I don't know, I haven't seen 50 Cent respond to this at all. At this time when that came out was at the same time that the rollout to 50 Cent's history-making Get Rich or Die Trying drop, which we know went on to be one of the biggest debuts in hip-hop and music ever. What it sold, the rollout, the way they did it, the way 50 Cent was getting booked for all these TV specials on BET and MTV, and they were telling his story, taking the 9 shots, pause, the beef with Murder Inc., Supreme, getting dropped by Columbia Records, getting blackballed up out of the industry, you know, Ghetto Quran, how that ruffled a lot of feathers, and how 50 Cent was having to go to Canada to secure studio time just to get those mixtapes out there, those classic G-Unit mixtapes. Comment, y'all, if you were fucking with those mixtapes, what your favorite ones were. The God's Plan and all that, where it was just G-Unit, you know, Fifth, Yayo, and Banks making tracks over, you know, beats that were hot songs at the time. And we know the way that story went. Just like Eminem's demo, one way or another, ended up in the hands of Dr. Dre. You know, it wasn't Dre directly getting it. You know, 50 Cent's mixtapes ended up in Eminem's hand, and he listened and he was fucking with it, and he signed him to Shady Records, and the rest is history. Like we were just saying, the way that all went down was so epic, the rollout, the debut, and all that. But when he would have ghostwritten Paradise, would have been at the same point in time that he wasn't on yet, you know, because 50 Cent was wild hungry, like we said, getting dropped from Columbia, Guess Who's Back, never coming out. Hell, the one, I Don't Believe You Murder, Your Life's on the Line and all that, that video ended up going missing and not coming out. Like, so much of 50 Cent's career seemed like snake bitten, and like, I don't know, like the man was cursed or something until he got on with M and Dre and, you know, blew the fuck up. But ghostwriting for LL Cool J was a big deal, you know what I'm saying, for that man at that time trying to get on. And he also ghostwrit for, I think Diddy. Comment if anyone out there knows, right? That Diddy, that Don't Worry If I Write Rhymes, I Write Checks from Bad Boy for Life. I think that was Fifth that did that one. He used to do some ghostwriting on Bad Boy projects. As you see, he's been known Diddy for a while. That probably plays into the fact the way he's dissing the fuck out of him all the time, calling him a cold weirdo and all that. And he's done some other ghostwriting, you know what I mean? And it was like the industry didn't want to show 50 Cent love in a lot of ways. Like, it was so hard for dude to get on, pause. Just like that Jennifer Lopez track that they took 50 Cent off and put Nas on in his place. It was like dude's career was snake bitten in many ways. There was a lot of people collaborating against 50 Cent to get on. So at that point in time, that would have been a major accolade for him. And it seems like whenever it's brought up, LL Cool J just, I don't know, he ain't happy about it. He don't like it, you know. But there's another tale out there about LL Cool J ghostwriting that I'm surprised didn't come out or come up in being mentioned. And it has to do with him as an artist and, you know, him being really respected as an MC. And what we're talking about is the Canibus beef. I'm sure a lot of y'all remember the way that went with 4321 and, you know, Canibus, let me borrow that mic on your arm, and LL Cool J asking him to change his verse after he had written his verse, dissing the fuck out of Canibus. That last verse on 4321 is amazing. One of the hardest diss tracks ever, right? Like he said, I'll blow you to pieces, leave you covered in feces. The symbol on my arm is off limit to challengers. You want to swing rusty swords, I swing the Excalibur. Like, it was just bananas, you know? And then Canibus changed his verse and LL left his verse as what it was. And things went how they went. They exchanged in a little beef. He dropped the Return of the Ripper. Canibus dropped second round KO. But you know, Canibus ended up kind of being blackballed up out of the industry in a sense. In a way, it wasn't a good look for someone who was trying to get on. Just like we were talking about with 50 Cent, when individuals are right on the verge of success, You know what I'm saying? The politics can play a major factor against you if you get on the wrong person's bad side and all that. But what I was talking about prior to the beef kicking off and ghostwriting rumors and stuff like that, the Eminem Canibus beef stemmed off of the LL Cool J Canibus beef, because at this time, a recurring theme in this video, we keep talking about 50 Cent when he wasn't on yet, Canibus when he wasn't fully on yet, Eminem when he was not fully on, still trying to secure a deal and stuff like that. And you know, that demo hadn't ended up in the hands of Dr. Dre. There was word that Eminem had ghostwritten LL Cool J's diss on 4321, that verse against Canibus, and Eminem has always steadfastly denied that he was the one that wrote that. But there was a video where on the set, I forget what video it was, an unsigned Eminem was there, and Wyclef and Canibus ran into Eminem. You can hear him somewhere out there. I didn't even go look for the clip to use in this video, you know what I'm saying? Eminem has talked about this, where Clef and Canibus kept kind of trying to almost like press him about it, like, yo, you wrote that diss for LL, you know what I mean? Because in a lot of the disses that Canibus, who was, you know, a wordsmith, so many people will compare an element of Eminem style to Canibus's. When he was going at LL, he was saying like, you get your rhymes off the internet, you don't write all your own rhymes, you know what I'm saying? All you want to do is lick your lips and be this X symbol, and 99% of your fans wear high heels. To, you know, LL Cool J retorted, 99% of your fans don't exist. But remember, Benzino told Eminem, so many shades darker, you be Canibus, you know, like your white privilege help you blow up. But nonetheless, Eminem and Canibus Eminem and Canibus, after the LL Canibus beef, they ended up having a lengthy beat in that beef, and that's the origins of it. You know, a rumor being out there among other ghostwriting rumors that LL Cool J had Eminem, an unsigned, unknown for the most part Eminem, write this verse on 4321 that just body Canibus and really just kick that beef off to another level. Like, real talk, y'all comment if you remember that verse. It was crazy. What he said, I went platinum for every time your ass rode on the train or something like that. He just bodied the fluck out of him. And like I said, these are just two of those rumors. 50 Cent supposedly writing Paradise, LL saying, nah man, that's not what it was, he wrote the hook, that Amarie song. And you know, Eminem rumored to have written that verse on 4321. There's other rumors out there as well. And, you know, I want y'all to jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about everything I touched on in this video. And if LL seemed agitated by this as well. And if you've heard any other rumors of him using ghostwriters. It's something that's been going on a long time in hip hop, you know, like the same way Milli Vanilli, they were lip syncing because they had the image that the dudes that were really singing didn't, for the vision of the complete artist. There's rappers that way, like we were just referencing Drake, you know what I'm saying? How he's a glorified pop artist and has some dope tracks out there, but a lot of that is he swagger jacked or he just didn't write it for himself. And with LL, who, you know, is considered in many ways like not just one of the GOATs, one of the like trailblazers of hip hop. You know, people have came at him with ish like that over the years, saying like, yo, you're just an image. You know what I mean? You ain't a real MC like that. But I think LL is dope personally, you know, but you can see that these rumors have haunted him over the years, and just the mention of it really irks the fluck out of him, you know what I mean? So that's all I got on this one. Jump in the comments, share your thoughts. Let's talk it up. If you're new to the channel, we talk music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more over here. And it's all about hearing from y'all, the people. You know, I'm heavily active in them comments, just trying to have some good coffee talk with y'all. So subscribe, let's talk in the comments, and stay tuned for the live streams where we chop it up on different news topics and other stuff as well. Thanks for watching. Peace.